jacket!
What are you buying?
stop at the edge.
You can be anything you want. You can be everything you choose. Do not let it slip away. 'Cause if you never try it, you never know. You can be anything you want. You can be everything you choose. Do not let it slip away. 'Cause if you never try it, you never know.
When I was a kid, my dad used to say, don't let anything stand in your way. Stand tall, think clear. I promise I'll always be here. Cut some cords, scratch some scars. Put your cape and jump from the car. Open your mouth, take a deep breath. Run fast and don't stop at the edge.
You can be anything you want. You can be everything you choose. Do not let it slip away. 'Cause if you never try it, you never know. You can be anything you want. You can be everything you choose. Do not let it slip away. 'Cause if you never try it, you never know. Almighty gods of war, leaders, fame and glory. We shall be victorious. All will know our story.
They came from frozen plains, waltzing through the storm. The shadows of the northern name will numb the foes. Beyond the distant land, the legend will be told. The dragons of the horizon, history unfolds.
Almighty gods of war, leaders, fame and glory. We shall be victorious. All will know our story. Almighty gods of war, leaders, fame and glory. We shall be victorious. All will know our story. Almighty gods of war, we shall be victorious. Almighty gods of war, we shall be victorious.
Beneath the boundless sky, the voyage carries on. The dragons of
I wanna crush my car tonight, 'cause I couldn't think about anything else. Oh, officer, I'll run the light, 'cause I couldn't keep my hands all to myself. If it doesn't kill me, make it stronger. Love me like you mean it. Don't make me wait any longer. Baby, give me something, something Daydream when you take me where I've never been before. I like it when you're sweet, but when you're bad, I like it more. Can't take all my attention like it's going out of style. I want my mind running wild. If it doesn't kill me, make it stronger. Better make it stronger. And love me like you mean it. Don't make me wait any longer. Baby, give me something, something. Better make me daydream, daydream. Go ahead and touch me, touch me. Let it linger when you leave a daydream. Baby, give me something, something. Better make me daydream, daydream. Go ahead and touch me, touch me. Let it linger when you leave a daydream. Now it's all so clear, I feel you here. It's better than real life. Wanna fantasize your lips on my whole day into the night. Baby, give me something, something. Better make me daydream, daydream. Go ahead and touch me, touch me. Let it linger when you leave a daydream. Baby, give me something, something. Yeah, make me daydream, daydream. Go ahead and touch me, touch me. Let it linger when you leave a daydream, daydream.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot 'em my shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down. Aiming for greatness, no settling. Kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Taking no L's, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Yeah. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. I do not gamble, but bet on me. Tell them that's life, yeah, it's still la vie. I'm taking a shot for my enemies. I can't waste no more time on my energy. I know they know I got it on lock. Go against me, that's a long shot. Cause I'm counting wins all around the clock. Never doubt me, boy, I don't stop. Who do you feel when they make you the monster? I am not scared of none of you imposters. Taking the lead now while they watching. Think you should leave now, what a option. Taking no L's, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Yeah.